Hello, everyone. This is Jittery Jackanape. I am coming at you all with the first podcast promoting ASAN 2023. Like last year, I got to have 5Church and YouHozereh on to participate in promoting the event, and we're gonna do it again. So the way it worked like last time is I had a bunch of questions for 5Church and YouHozereh, and we're going to get them all here on call in a little bit, but you all will actually also be able to ask questions, and we'll try to answer them as we go throughout the event. And we have it for 500 channel points. You can ask us a podcast question. Try to keep it related to the event, and we will get to you all. The video that played the intro, that'll be playing in the background while we kind of talk, and I'll have the questions up on screen for you all. But I think we should go ahead and get these guys in the call. So let me go ahead and give them a dial. And we'll just get started, chat.
Hello.
Hello. 5Church, YouHozereh, thank you for being here with me. I always appreciate being able to do this, and if it wasn't for you all, I wouldn't be, so thank you guys both for being here. How you guys doing? What's today been like for you?
Doing rather well. Today has been good. I'm very excited about talking about the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network and what we're going to do in 2023, and also thank you for having me on.
Of course. So,
yes.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about ASAN, not just for myself, but for people who may not know, because we do have some new viewers who might not know what ASAN is.
Great minds think alike. I saw the question from Lady, and I was like, you know what? Let's start out talking about what ASAN is.
Absolutely, that's what we're here for.
ASAN, or the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, seeks to advance the principles of the disability rights movement with regards to autism. So ASAN believes that the goal of autism advocacy should be in a world which autistic people can enjoy equal access, rights, and opportunities. The ASAN, they work to empower autistic people across the world to take control of their own lives and the future of our common community, and seek to organize the autistic community to ensure that their voices are heard in a national conversation when it's about their rights. Their motto is "Nothing about us without us." The Autistic Self-Advocacy Network is a 501c3 nonprofit organization run by and for autistic people. It's a national grassroots disabilities rights organization for the autistic community, and they fight for disability rights. They work to make sure that autistic people are included in the policy making so that laws and policy meets the community's needs. They also work to support all forms of self-advocacy and change the way that people really think about autisms. Their members and supporters include autistic adults and youth, cross-disability advocates, non-autistic family members, professionals, educators, friends, and us.
That's awesome, man. This is year 2 of this event, man, and I can't tell you how proud I am of how last year went. Can you tell me a bit about last year, how much you guys raised, who all was involved, and what we're looking forward to this year?
Last year was a 24-hour event. We ended up raising just over $5,700 in about 24 hours. This year we have a team of 26 total people with 14 streamers, and we're going to be going for about 53 total hours. So I'm hoping we can triple that amount that we made last year.
Absolutely. So let me get to my first question that I sent to you all.
Oh, I learned a ton. I had no idea how to run a charity event like this. That was my first time doing it. So pretty much from learning nothing to where we are today, I've learned so much. Last year we had about 7 months of total planning. This year we've had an entire year. We have better rewards lined up. We have better games to give away. Our stickers have improved a lot, and we have more variety of those. Each of the streamers get their own stickers. And there's also ASAN stickers to give away. I believe there's better content. We're all a year older with more knowledgeable, more confidence. So I think our content's also increased a little bit. It is triple the time. So instead of 24 hours, it is 53, well, pretty close to triple. But and we're all one more year knowledgeable. So I just think that that's going to make a big difference. Also, this year we do have a mobile donation link. We lost a lot of donations last year from that, so that's something we learned too.
Right on. So, like, what would you say is the most exciting thing for you all? I know you mentioned a mobile link, and I do have a question about that later down the line. But Hoser, what about yourself? As somebody who participated in the event, what helped you learning going forward, going from year 1 to year 2? Because you were one of the streamers that was involved last year, and you're coming back again for 2023.
Absolutely. Well, first off, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Always excited for this opportunity. We last year, like Church said, most of us are a year deeper into our content creation knowledge, right? So that's helped us gear towards different things that we weren't prepared for last year. And last year we didn't really know what to expect. We were going into it as our first charity event, so you can't really plan for that. This time around we had, like Church said, a whole year's worth of planning, and I feel there's a lot of returning streamers from last year at this event, and we've all gotten a little bit closer within this year's time frame. So I think that helps with the camaraderie and the overall feel and the overall determination that we all have to make this a success and hit Church's goal of 15K plus. Very, very doable with this group, and I'm just excited for it.
Absolutely. Last year I was listening to our podcast from before, and it seemed like you guys had about 8 or 9 months of planning, and planning for this one, from what I can remember, went back almost as far as January. I remember 5Church was already in the Discord being like, okay, I want to know who's ready to go, who wants to do this, because October will be here sooner than you think. And he told me that in January, and we are literally less than 2 months away. So it's crazy how fast things are going. I did receive a message that we are having a little bit of audio issues switching over to questions, so I'm just going to read them for you all. What has stuck with you the most from 2022's event, and how is that affecting the planning and structure of 2023? 5Church, what would you say to that?
I'd say just the event itself. It's just wild to think we started where we did last year and where we are this year. That's probably the most memorable thing of my entire 6-year streaming career was what we did last year. It was just crazy that a bunch of mom and pop streamers got together and raised $5,700 in 24 hours. But this year we have a lot more confidence, so we're a year older per se. And then it was really nice just seeing everybody's communities get together for that 24 hours. And actually, all those communities are still lasting together. I've met so many people from all walks of life with different views, whatever it might be. And we're all together here for the common view, which is ASAN. Getting to know each other and actually calling these people my friends was definitely up there with me.
Absolutely. I met so many of you guys from ASAN itself, and I've pretty much tried to stick with everybody going forward. There's so many of us, and the group has grown even larger. Hoser, do you have anything to add about what stuck with you the most from 2022 that'll help you with 2023?
Just kind of echoing what Church said. For me, it was just the team feel, right? We went into this not knowing what to expect. Last year's event blew us all away, and there was almost an emotional side to it when we all got in the Discord call together for that last hour last year. Where you kind of have that feel that you just made lifelong friendships, and right. A lot of times the unfortunate nature of a lot of these things is that after an event like that, a lot of friendships and things start to break off, but that hasn't happened with this group. A lot of us still stick together. There's streamers who still come by my stream and support day in and day out, raid out, likewise vice versa. We're all still such a tight-knit group, and I think that's something special that you don't see very often nowadays. Again, a lot of people come together for a common goal and then kind of split off after that, and just to see the emotion that went into it last year and the friendships that were made and the lasting friendships that still exist today is it's something that has stuck with me for sure.
Absolutely. And with the group being so small and tight-knit, it was crazy to me seeing how many people were approached, and it was like, we want to make this even bigger. So I guess my next question would be, with a bigger and longer event being scheduled, is there any way viewers and others involved can assist? Because we're going 50 hours this time instead of 24. What can we expect, or how can people help out?
Yes, absolutely. Anybody listening today is already helping out by being here and getting some more information about ASAN. As far as during the events, if you could just lurk throughout it, whether it's on your tablet, your phone, maybe leaving a link up on your PC, that'd be a huge thing. Come in and show some love once in a while. Maybe like every couple hours, come ask the streamer a question or drop some emotes. It will help refresh your numbers that way. If you're financially stable enough, please donate if you can. It gets us closer to those goals, and then it also allows for us to give away free stuff to all of you. And by just lurking, you could also win free prizes. Every $50 will be giving away a sticker, and every $100 will be a game code and a sticker. And as long as you're there, you could win either of them. Just tell your friends. Have people try to raid out to us if possible. The more raids we get, the better it is for us maybe hitting that front page of Twitch, which allows us to maybe get some bigger donators in that would maybe try to come help the cause. And just the more we can have, the better. So you want to tell whoever, your mom, your family, your friends, your streamer friend, whoever, like, I would really be okay with that. That would be amazing.
Absolutely. You heard it here first, chat. Just share, share, share. You have no idea how powerful getting social media behind something can be. The fact that they raised $5,700 last year, and we're looking to almost triple that with the team. The way that's going to help is through the power of you guys, and I know that with all the communities coming together, it can be done. So please like this, please share it. Tell your friends about it that probably don't even watch Twitch, because they don't even have to necessarily come by and watch the stream, but even a $5 donation helps go towards that goal, and that will help immensely with helping people who get the assistance that they need.
And if I can add something, I
Absolutely.
mean, it's been discussed, and a lot of us know of companies or folks who run companies or take part in the financials and stuff. A lot of these things that are donated are tax deductible. So if you know of a business or a business owner that is looking to make a charitable, put out some sort of donation to a charitable cause, don't be afraid to mention ASAN 2023 because it is tax deductible for those business owners out there. And a lot of times they're seeking different organizations to work with, and what better one than ASAN?
Absolutely, especially considering how much they actually give. It's one of the better charities I've seen, and all the research that went into making sure that you guys found the right charity last year, and now it's a matter of how do we improve our relationship with them. And that leads me to a question that was pretty tough, and we all talked about it, but I want to hear from you guys. As always, we're reacting to changes in the online space. What was the plan for ASAN? Had Twitch's policies changed in a way that could have affected the event? A good example would be the updates posted back in July regarding brand logo and overlays. It seemed really concerning, and the language on that was super confusing. The arrival of the charity feature last year saved the event a ton of hassle. So my question, I guess, would be, as head of the event, what would your plan have been had the update issues in July directly affected something like ASAN this year?
That's a great question. And so as far as ASAN, I know they tried to do like a 3% thing.
3% was the number that I remember hearing. Yes.
Right. So since we're not technically advertising like Elgato or HyperX or something,
right?
I don't know if they would have came after us, and if they would have given us a strike, I think everybody on the team would have taken that strike. And then we go to social media about it, and then social media blows up, which creates more donations for ASAN. So really, the winner would be ASAN. So Twitch, please do that. But at the end of the day, I really don't think they would do that to a charity, to be honest with you. I don't know. That's kind of a loaded question because it's like so hard with like everything that's going on with Twitch right now. Like,
the streamer space changes constantly, and we got a huge boost with the charity edition last year. It was like, okay, that makes things just so much easier, and it seems like we're not going to have any issues going forward, but I do know that was definitely a concern. And a lot of people were worried about that, whether it be sponsorships or even charity events. There were a lot of big streamers that talked about that. So for me, it was like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And I knew that most people were, but I definitely wanted to get your opinion on that. But how did you decide what changes needed to be made to improve the event, whether it be things like how the giveaways will work and what like wheel we were using, or how did you reach out to everybody that you did joining the event? You know, like what was like maybe a mental checklist, if you will, for this is what we need to make the event better than last year, because every year you want to see growth and every year you want things to improve. So what did that look like for you guys?
Well, I took my time with most things. I wouldn't ask too many questions all at once. I would do it, like on a monthly basis, like, hey, let's get point A done and then go through to Z, up till now. Obviously, things have ramped up now, but I asked a ton of questions and I just listened to people. We had multiple meetings where I kind of went in with like a concept in my head of what I want to do. But then throughout those multiple meetings I had with people, somebody would bring up a really good, valid point. I'd be like, that's what we're going to do. So just asking a ton of questions, relying on your team, and just listening to everybody's idea, because the quote is what? Teamwork makes the dream work. So I felt like that was the right way to do it.
Okay. So with that being said, how can people donate to the charity on Twitch? Are we going to be able to track mobile donations better? I know that we mentioned that a little bit earlier, but do we have a system in place for that? Because mobile donations definitely are probably going to be one of the prime ways that we receive donations. And I know last year that there was issues with that because the charity feature was new. Do we have a workaround for that?
Yes. So anybody can donate to the charity on Twitch on the 13th, as soon as recall starts. All of us will have it active. So if you want to go to a certain streamer and help them hit their goals, you can actually donate to them offline, and that will still track it that way. This year we do have a mobile donation link. In Jittery's chat, if you do !mobile, there should be a link for that. But this year we will be able to track it. Our lovely mods are going to keep each streamer informed how much mobile donations we're making, and then also the donations on Twitch. So we will keep everybody updated that way. And this year, another thing that we learned is nobody's going to stay up for 53 hours.
Absolutely not.
If any of the mods are in the chat right now, you will go to bed and you will take a nap. Whatever it might be, Butters, because we want everybody alert and attentive and be in there as much as they can. So that's something we learned, is just not stay up for the entire time, for sure. So,
well, so Chad is saying 53 hours is light work. Okay, but I guess this is going to be more questions for you guys rather than the event itself. What goals do each of you have planned for your segments? 5Church, we'll start with you.
Again, I'm going to try to beat the full Halo 2 game in under 2 hours, and then hit all my donation goals and cut my hair off. If we hit 5,000, I'm going to cut my beard and my hair on stream, which will look totally different. Let's do it.
And YouHozereh, what about you? What goals do you have planned for your segments?
Oh man, so I'm sure a lot of people here in the chat know that they all just like to see me suffer when I'm streaming. So we're gonna have a lot of food-driven goals this year. Things from Bean Boozled to bugs to Sentry eggs. There will be a few things that I hope to regret putting on that list. I hope to regret. Aside from food, obviously, like Churchy said, there will be stickers, game codes. I'll have some certain merch options available. But the one I'm extremely excited for is one that we actually discussed, the three of us a little bit ago, is a limited edition ASAN 2023 shirt that I'm working on. That'll be available to, I'll make it available to any donators that eclipse a certain dollar threshold during either of my segments, and it'll be a limited edition shirt that will only be available while ASAN is live. After that, it'll be going away. So that'll be for one of my segments. The other segment, I'm sure we'll incorporate some of those goals, but we'll have the wifey on board, and I'm sure we'll have some makeup and some crazy fun things she could do for us live while we try some snacks. So it'll be a good time.
That's right. That's right. Carrie's going to be involved this year. So how's that going to look, do you think? How wild do you think that's going to be? Because anytime Carrie's on stream, chat loves to have fun with you guys.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I'll get kicked to the curb and Carrie will take over, but it's always a good time. It's always a good time.
Absolutely.
We'll be doing our bread and butter. We'll be doing our snack crates. I'll save up a few. And the neat thing about it is it'll get chat involved, like it usually does. Chat will help try to figure out what countries the different snacks are from. But again, certain goals that'll happen throughout that. So if we're in the middle of having some snacks and we hit a goal, it'll be Carrie does Hozer's eyeliner, or Carrie does Hozer's this, Carrie does Hozer's that. I mean, it'll be some fun stuff that I'm sure chat will get a kick out of, because they love to torture me and they love to see her torture me, so it'll be a good time.
Absolutely. But yeah, you guys both have multiple segments in the lineup this year. What will make them different from last year and from each other this year? Like, is there one thing you're doing specifically for one segment and then something special for the other?
I'm still going to showcase my Halo 2 speedrun, kind of like I did last year for my first one. But the final one is on my channel simply just because I'm the one that kind of put this together. And I felt that as the leader, it was right for me to stream it and get all of us in the same group, kind of like Hoser brought up earlier, is where it was really cool at the end of the event to get us all together, maybe play some like group games like Fall Guys or like Among Us or whatever it might be at that point, and just like going in there, reminiscing about how it went and just chatting and kind of talking to everybody. I think that'd be a really cool idea.
Heck yeah. Hoser, what about you? Do you have something different planned for each segment? I know obviously Carrie being a part of one and not the other is going to be huge, but...
Yeah, so that segment will obviously, involve Carrie, and we'll do the different snacks and things. But you know me, I love the community feel to anything I do. I'm all about community. So I haven't pinpointed a game just yet, but we will be playing a game that gets everybody involved. Last year we did some Fall Guys. I'll gauge some interest here in the coming weeks and see what everybody would like to get involved in. But for me, that was one of the highlights last year. Was like Churchy brought up at the beginning. Like throughout the entire 24-hour event, we saw the same faces rocking every single stream, and that just showcased how amazing the community was. And what better way to celebrate that than to get everybody into a few games and just play, and in the middle of that we'll have fun goals tied to that as well. If it's Fall Guys, if there's whoever can push Hoser off the map wins XYZ, or if anybody could push Hoser off the map, he'll donate $25 to ASAN. We'll have different fun goals linked to whatever game it is we decide to play. That way it gets everybody involved and having a good time.
There you go, guys. So this next one's going to be interesting, and I'll probably be asking this to everybody who comes on future podcasts. Do you have a plan for the exact moment chat hits the overall goal of 15,000? Will something special happen if it's in your stream?
I will literally crap myself. But no, in all reality, it'd be really huge for ASAN. That'd be a bunch of donations for the charity. It would also be huge for this group to show that we actually did that and hit it. If it was during my portion of it, the first one, that would be in the middle of it, and that would be wild. But I do have a little special announcement. If we do hit 15,000, myself and Briggies will be getting an ASAN tattoo. It'll probably be by a 3x3 tattoo. Not sure where yet, but that will be the special thing for sure.
You got to get right on the side of your neck.
Right on my cheek, right under my eye.
Yeah, there you go.
No. but really, yeah. So that's what we'll do. We'll be
Stakes is saying they'll get a 5Church tattoo.
All right, Stakes, I'm down.
We'll hold you to that one, Stakes.
I like it, Stakes. I like it.
We're just waiting on the rest of the streamers to see what their kind of goal is for the 15,000.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll know all of that here in the coming weeks, because this is not going to be the only podcast we do leading up to the event. We're going to try to get every streamer on, and even some of the mods beforehand, which I'm looking forward to because it just gives me the opportunity to get to know everybody better. It gives everybody a chance to come together before the event, hang out, get a feel for everybody's community and everything, and I think that's going to be awesome. But segments are going to be a little bit longer because we're going 50 hours. And there's a greater opportunity for viewer interaction. Is there anything special you guys will be doing to help get chat more involved? Whether it be like Hoser said with like Five Guys, we'll have like $25 donations, and if you can knock me off the ledge, I'll match that or whatever. Like, do you guys have anything special to help get viewer interaction as high as possible? Because that is, I think, the thing that makes ASAN so special. Last year we had people making it to where if they donated a certain amount, they reset their game. So, do you guys have anything planned like that?
So this year we revamped the mod schedule, so it's not just Butters doing it the whole time. Butters, go to bed. But we're going to have a bunch of mods on a schedule. We're going to have 15-minute updates from the mods. Obviously, the streamers are going to be talking. They're going to have a script to read that's going to talk about the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. But the mods are really going to come in every 15 minutes, like drop like, hey, these are the streamers, or these are the goals, and things like that. The mod schedule will also keep the chat flowing because they'll be, awake and active and ready to like talk to people, kind of like we do right now in our chats. And then just suggesting streamers to raid us during the event is going to be huge. The more raids we can get, if it's one person, if it's 50 people, if it's 10,000 people, it doesn't matter. Every raid's going to count. So the more that you help us that way, say you're not even streaming that day, you just want to raid into the event, I would love for you guys to do that. That would be amazing. And then more chat interaction. We have more stickers and better stickers this year from every single streamer. Every streamer is going to have at least 7 stickers to give away during their time frames with their events. So if you win something during there, you'll get something to walk away with. You'll get an ASAN sticker plus, say, a Hoser sticker or a Jittery or a Church, whatever it might be. There's going to be T-shirts. There's going to be a ton more games. I think our games are improved from last year. We had a lot of like cheaper games, but this year, like for example, like Mortal Kombat 11 with all the DLC. That's going to be a game we're going to be giving away. Just a lot of exciting things that we didn't do last year that we're doing this year that I think is going to help improve that.
Yep, absolutely. And I believe that was the last question I had for you all. Like I've always said, I'm super proud of the team, and I'm really proud to be a part of it this year, officially with my own segment. It was like an immediate yes for me as soon as I was asked. I was like, yes, I want to be a part of this and help however I can. So I guess, chat, this is your time to ask any questions you all might want to ask. I will be taking the channel point questions first, but we'll answer questions as we go. So if you guys have anything for us, we're ready for what you guys might want to ask.
Bring it.
Jittery, thanks for doing this.
Of course.
Yes,
Jittery
absolutely.
Created all these questions, got everything in the background that you see all figured out. He's amazing at what he does. So
I want to give a shout out to Zambi specifically for making the new talk show background that I'll be using going forward. It's amazing. But yeah, everything on screen was all made by her, I believe. So just really awesome. But yeah, chat, if you guys have anything for us, just let us know, and we will answer it to the best of everyone's ability. Steak is asking, what was everyone's biggest surprise from last year's event? Church, we'll start with you, man.
I think it was how much we raised. Honestly, I know Steaks was one of them, and so was Recalls, where they didn't think they would even hit, like $100, so they made their goals really small, but we just kept hitting it. And that was kind of a surprise.
Crushed, like,
me too.
Every goal. I think everybody met theirs literally within like the first hour of streaming. It was huge.
Yeah. And I'm not a huge streamer. I don't have a ton of subscriptions or anything like that, but I raised like 350 during my time frame, and that was wild to me. I don't know. That was probably the biggest surprise.
Yeah. Hoser,
I would probably I'd have to go the way the group stuck, not the streamers per se, but the folks that came through the chat and started at the very first minute and were there till the very last minute. I mean, to 24, that's a very long time commitment, and these folks did not leave our side, supporting us throughout the entire event. And that was just, it was amazing to me just to see. And I keep bringing up that last hour where we all got in a chat and just hung out and just soaked in the accomplishment. And to see the names in the chat celebrating with us as we went was just it's something I'll never forget for sure.
Absolutely. For me, I think it was just like what Hoser said. The chat itself was just there for every single thing. And like anytime somebody started a new segment, it was like, okay, we're immediately going to get to either $69 or $420. And I think almost everybody has goals specifically for that for this year, just because though, like, people would like donate increments of like 69 cents specifically if it was exactly at a dollar amount, just to have 69 cents on screen. And it was just so funny to see people consistently doing that. So absolutely, the chat itself was just awesome. I see that Blaine was asking a question. How much are we trying to raise? The goal is 15,000, I believe, Church. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep. That's the overall goal.
Well,
Well,
chat.
context, Blaine. So last year we raised a little over 5,500 in a 24-hour segment. So we're hoping to triple that this year. That's the goal for us.
Yep, we're going 50 hours as well instead of 24. So it's a bigger, longer event with more people involved. I know that I myself am new to the streaming side of the event this year. I believe Black Lightning, Briggs, and DJ Versace are as well, Church. Is that correct? Is there one that I'm missing, or?
Yep, that's it. Yep.
That's it? Yep. Well, if anybody else has anything for us, just let me know. Otherwise, we'll probably go ahead and get out of here. That way, we're not just sitting around waiting. It is pretty early. I don't know if I'll do anything after this chat, but I will need to end the stream and then come back. So I'll try to tell more people about it. Absolutely, that is the best way to help us.
Yeah, thank you, Blaine.
Chat. You know, the more that you guys can. Do you guys have friends or family on the spectrum? Yes, I do. I have a cousin that's on the spectrum and a nephew that's on the spectrum.
My son, who just turned 9 yesterday, he's on the spectrum as well.
And I have an amazing brother-in-law that I love.
Here's a question from Stakes. What has been the plan for social media leading up the event? The plan for social media leading up to the event is to try to share every time we're doing a podcast, anytime somebody from the event is streaming. At least on my end, I'm going to be trying to interact with as many of people in the ASAN crew going forward. Anytime I'm going to be going live, you'll be seeing that intro that I made advertising all the streamers. And for anybody a part of the event, that video is on YouTube free for you all to use. You can download it or just use it as a source. Even just sharing that, because it has the dates and the times for everybody, will be a big help. We'll be tweeting out all the time cards probably once, maybe twice a week. It just depends. And if all of us keep doing that and the word just gets out there, there will be so many people out there who will just know, hey, at 8 p.m. or 5 p.m. on October 13th, that's when this is going down, and it's going to last all weekend. So that'll be the best way to help us, both on our end and on your end. Turnip was asked... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you also have a personal Discord, there's the event thing at the top. You could set an event for ASAN, and if you would like to put the date, it will be a friendly reminder for everybody in your Discord. So, hey, click on this link. You could start it off with recalls or whatever streamer you would like, to be honest. So that's another easy way to do it.
Yeah, and if you guys are on socials and you're following us, you see an update post, retweet it, hit that like button. It does help with the different algorithms on these different social media platforms. So, just hit that retweet button, hit that like button, and it definitely goes a long way.
I saw that Turnip had a question. What are some concerns/challenges you were worried about facing? My biggest concern was just not being able to do it. When I was asked, I was like, I think I can make sure to have the time to be there for almost the entire event. And for the most part, I should be able to be there. The biggest thing for me was just like, how do we come together and make this the best thing that it can be? So I guess my biggest concern was like, last year we hit this mark. How do we get better? How do we grow? How do we make it bigger? And I guess that would be my concern slash expectation for myself and for other people. The challenge, I guess, would be making sure that we don't have any technical issues, and if we do, like, that we have somebody else ready to go just in case something like that happens, like somebody's internet dies out or somebody's power goes down. I myself had internet issues literally Saturday night, and stream died on me like 4 times. So, like, if that sort of thing happens, just have someone ready to go. That way we don't lose momentum. That would be my thing.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to bring up too, right? Like, so I live in South Florida. Last year we had a hurricane scare during last year's event, so I was terrified about my power going out and me not being able to jump in. So that would probably, I'd echo Jittery's concern there, because here in Florida it happens randomly. I was just notified yesterday that we have a hurricane coming in like a day and a half, so I was like, oh, cool. So that's something to look forward to.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Great.
Welcome to
Churchy,
Florida.
what about you?
So I was kind of worried about our mod staying up for the whole time, Butters.
Yeah.
But we have a mod schedule now. The next thing would be, kind of like the hate raids and stuff. But I feel like we have a good enough team, and SiriBot's going to be there to help us.
We'll easily counter that. Between all of the mods and all the streamers, like, I'll probably mod every single streamer as well. Just in the event of something like that happening, we'll have people on lock. There's no way. Like, I won't let people ruin this for us. Like, absolutely not.
I think the biggest challenge I have would be myself.
Really?
Trying to tell myself that I can't do this or can't do that or whatever it might be. Don't ever think that, anybody. Seriously, I'm in a self-doubt mode sometimes. But if I wouldn't have at least tried last year, we wouldn't be here today. And we wouldn't be raising, $15,000 for ASAN. So I guess the biggest challenge is just getting over that hurdle of, you can do this, and if you try really hard, it will come true.
Yeah, that's something I struggle with too. We were literally talking in our small little group chat that we have, like, I'm nervous like every time I get ready to do one of these. I'm just like, okay, like, get out of your own head. It's go time, let's get it done. And it seems like every time we do something like this, people are just like, all right, we're here for it, and we're here to support you guys. And it's just a huge confidence boost knowing that you guys are here for everything that we do. Like, that means the world to us, just seeing the love that you guys give to us and the love that we can give to the event. It just creates this, like, synergy of just positivity, and it means so much. I did see that Spilchy had a question. What's all of y'all's reasons for starting to support this specific charity? Was it random? Church, I'll let you answer that question.
No, it wasn't random. My son has autism, so it was just something that's near and dear to me. And he was in school and he had some issues, but I felt like he really didn't have that voice. So trying to find a charity for when he gets to be an adult so somebody can give him that voice was really important to me. I got with my team and tried to find out the best version of a charity we could find, and ASAN is right up there. I think that it's in the ballpark of like 87% or 97% of all the money that's donated goes straight to the cause. I mean, obviously there's still like operating costs and things, but 3% out of like a donation of $1 is really not a whole lot. So it was really near and dear to me to find some individuals like this that are going to advocate for my son when he turns 18, if maybe I'm not here, And they're all also on the spectrum that are in the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. So it was also really important that they are running an organization that's going to advocate for themselves. So I thought that was important.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a question from Boom Boom saying you guys don't have Facebook pages that you're also promoting the event. I don't believe we have a Facebook page, do we, Church?
No, I have not had Facebook for a long while. Yeah. That's an idea. I mean, if it works, I'm open to it.
Yeah, we can look into that for sure.
Yeah, that's one of the platforms that I've tried utilizing and just hadn't had as much success as the others. So that's just a personal take on my side, but I'm sure it'd be beneficial for sure.
The worst that happens is no one sees it. Like, there's no reason that we can't get something like that going really soon. So, Well, chat.
Thank you, Boom Boom.
Do you guys have anything else for us? I know that we've been going for about 45 minutes, so we'll probably take a couple more questions if you have any, and then we'll get out of here.
Again, thank you so much for everybody being here and listening.
Absolutely.
It seriously means the world to ASAN, myself, in this group.
Or if you guys have questions for each other in the call, even, like we can just talk while we wait for questions, like...
It's not even a question for me. It's a kudos to 5Church. He probably doesn't hear it enough, but this event it's a lot of work to put together. You have to organize a boatload of people to come to a commonality and to agree to meeting times, to agree to working together with stickers and goals and getting everything set up. And Churchy has taken the time, like you said, a year's worth of planning. So he probably doesn't hear it enough, but a big kudos to Church for all the work he's put into this, because it's not easy. It's definitely not an easy thing to do. So I give you kudos, Churchy.
Absolutely.
And thank you for having me be a part of it.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks.
The leadership that Church exudes, it really does trickle down to everybody. I think the fact that we have somebody as good as 5Church at the top of this heading it makes it all the more better, just because he's setting the standard. Like, there hasn't been a single thing that Church hasn't asked of me that it's like he wouldn't be asking me this unless he knew that I could do it, or it's one of those things that he's trusting me with it, and anytime churches come to me with something, it's like, can we get this done? And it's like, yes. The answer is going to be yes, and if we can't figure it out, we'll find another way around it. I know, like, putting together the intro video, I was like, okay, I'm trying to find clips for everybody. If I can't, what do we do? And he was like, we'll just work around it and we'll figure out what works. And we didn't end up running into that problem, but Church has been by far one of the best directors I've ever been under in terms of any event, anything that I've ever dealt with on Twitch. And I've been on here over 7 years now, and this community is really something special. You don't see groups like this. And Church is a huge testament to why that works. I have nothing but the absolute utmost respect for everything that Church has been able to do. And I'm so proud to be a part of it. And you deserve all the flowers, dude.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys in chat, too. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, man. There's so many of you guys in here right now, which is crazy. Like, I'm just trying to look over
crazy,
chat.
amazing.
I know.
Amazing.
And the fact that this is just session 1, we're going to try to get session 2 at you guys real soon. Like we said, we're going to try to do more stuff, make it bigger, and just make it as fun of an event as possible. We're going to have people from last year, new faces, mods. Like, it's going to be nuts, just the build up to the event and then the event itself. I cannot wait for you guys to see what everybody has planned. It's going to be amazing.
And now, Churchy and Jittery, this is a question for you guys. When will session 2 be? Do we have a day figured out yet?
That's a good question. Church, have we heard back from everybody who is wanting to be in session 2? I know that we were looking at Eileen and who else did we have? We had, I want to say, Stakes
and Gam. Yeah, so still working on some details, but I think Stakes says he's good to go for next week.
Absolutely.
So for sure next Monday we'll have another podcast discussing maybe not so much what we talked about at first, where we talk about the charity, but kind of figuring out
it'll be about, like, people's events and learning a little bit more about the streamers. Absolutely. Because, like, I don't believe I've ever met not Goop, but why am I blanking?
Stakes?
No, I've talked with Stakes. It's Gav? Gam, sorry. Yeah, I don't believe I've ever talked with Gam, so that'll be a lot of fun. But, like, it'll be fun to get everybody involved in the calls. I'd like to do one of all the new faces to the event and talk about how they were approached. I'd like to talk to all of the mods at some point as well, and just kind of get you guys in chat to get to know everybody a little bit before the event. That's kind of why we're doing what we're doing. But I think this is as good a place as any to call it, guys. We went for about 50 minutes today. This is probably the longest one I think we've ever done. And you guys have been so awesome. And I want to thank 5Church and YouHozereh again for coming on. And thank you for letting me, of course, be a part of the event.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us. It was a great time. I look forward to it. It's gonna be a blast. Y'all be ready in chat.
October
It's gonna be a good
13th.
time.
October 13th to the 15th, 2023. ASAN 2023. You all better be there.
Or be
That
square.
intro video had me all hyped, jittery. I'm ready.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Take care.
Yep, absolutely.